Good morning, my dear students. Today in economics, we are going to continue the same chapter, that is money and credit. Children, in our previous lectures, we have studied about the modern forms of money and loan activities of bank. And today we are going to study about the formal sector credit in India, then self-help group for the poor, and Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. Before we start with the formal sector credit in India, let's see what is the meaning of credit or loan. Children, credit refers to an agreement in which the lender supplies the borrower with money, goods, or services in return for the promise of future payment. Children, the various types of loan can be conveniently grouped as formal sector of credit and informal sector of credit. Now, in the formal sector, it includes banks and cooperatives and rural banks. The Reserve Bank of India supervises the functioning of formal source of loan. It monitors the banks in actually maintaining the cash balance. Similarly, the RBI sees that these banks give loans not just to profit making business and traders but also to the small cultivators, small scale industries, to small borrowers, etc. Periodically, banks have to submit information to the RBI on how much they have lending and to whom and what interest rate, etc. And here they follow defined rules and procedures. And in informal source of credit, it includes money lenders, traders, employers, relatives, friends, etc. Children, there is no one to supervise their credit activities. It can charge whatever interest rate they choose. There is no one to stop them from using unfair means to get their money back. They do not follow any rules or procedure. Sources of credit for rural household in India are moneylenders, traders, relative and friends, others, cooperative societies, commercial banks, landlords, etc. Children, cheap and affordable credit is crucial for the country's development because higher cost of borrowing means a larger part of earning of the borrower is used to repay the loan. Hence, borrowers have less income left for themselves. Children, in certain cases, the high interest rate for borrowing can mean that the amount to be repaid is greater than the income of the borrower. People who might wish to start an enterprise by borrowing may not do so because of high cost of borrowing. Children, banks and cooperative society need to lend more because this would lead to higher income and many people could then borrow cheaply for a variety of needs. They could grow crops, do business, or set up small scale industries. Now, formal and informal credit. Who gets what? Children, still now, 85% of loans taken by poor households in the urban areas are from informal sources. Urban households take only 10% of their loans are from informal sources while 90% are from formal sources. The rich households are availing cheap credit from the informal lender, whereas the poor households have to pay a large amount of borrowing. The formal sector still meets only about half of the total credit needs of the rural people. The remaining credit needs are met from informal sources. Thus, it is necessary that bank and cooperative increase their lending, particularly in the rural areas, so that the dependence on the informal source of credit will reduce or credit reduces. While formal sector loan need to expand, it is also necessary that everyone receive these loans. It is important that the formal credit is distributed more equality so that the poor can benefit from the cheaper loans. Children, even today, the rich households are availing cheap credit from the formal lender, whereas the poor households have to pay a heavy price for borrowing. Now, self help group. Children, in the previous sections, we have seen how poor households are still dependent on informal source of credit. Banks are not present everywhere in the rural India. Even when they are present, getting a loan from a bank is much more difficult than taking a loan from informal sources. As we have seen, bank loans require proper documentation and collateral. Absence of collateral is one of the major reasons which prevent the poor from getting the bank loans. Informal lenders such as money lenders, on the other hand, knows the borrower personally and hence are often willing to give a loan without collateral. The borrowers can, if necessary, approach the moneylenders even without repaying their earlier loans. However, the moneylender charge very high rates of interest, keep no records of the transactions and harass the poor people or poor borrowers. In recent years, people have tried out some newer way of providing loans to the poor. The idea is to organize rural poor, in particular women, into a small self-help group (SHGs) and pool their savings. Children, a typical self-help group has 20 to 15 members, usually belonging to one neighborhood, who meet and save regularly. Saving per member varies from rupees 25 to rupees 100 or more, depending on the ability of the people to save. Members can take small loans from the group itself to meet their needs. The group charges interest on the loan, but this is still less than what the moneylender charges. After a year or two, if a group is regular in saving, it becomes eligible for availing loan from the banks. Loan is sanctioned in the name of the group and is meant to create self-employment opportunities for the members. Small loans are provided to the members for releasing mortgaged land, for meeting working capital needs, for example, buying seeds, fertilizers, raw materials like bamboo and cloth, for housing materials, for acquiring assets like sewing machine, handlooms, cattle, etc. Children, most of the important decisions regarding the savings and the loan activities are taken by the group members. The group decides as regards the loans to be granted, the purpose, amount, interest to be charged, repayment, schedule, etc. Also, it is the group which is responsible for the repayment of the loan. Any case of non-repayment of loan by any one member is followed up seriously by the other members in the group. Because of this feature, banks are willing to lend to the poor women when organized in self-help groups even though they have no collateral as such. Importance of self-help group. It helps the borrower to overcome the problem of lack of collateral. They can get timely loans for a variety of purposes and at a reasonable interest rate. Moreover, self-help groups are the building blocks of organizations of the rural poor. Not only does it help women to become financially self-reliant, the regular meetings of the group provide a platform to discuss and act on a variety of social issues such as health, nutrition, domestic violence, etc. Now, children, why are the self-help groups popular? They are becoming popular because they help the borrowers overcome the problem of lack of collateral. They can get timely loans for variety of purposes and at a reasonable interest rate. And they are the building blocks of the organization of the rural people or rural poor. Now, Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. Children, Grameen Bank of Bangladesh is one of the biggest success stories in reaching the poor to meet their credit needs at reasonable rates. Started in 1970 as a small project, Grameen Bank in October 2014 has over 8.63 million members in about 81,390 villages spread across Bangladesh. Almost all the borrowers are women and belong to the poorest section of the society. These borrowers have proved that not only are poor women reliable borrowers, but they can start and run a variety of small income generating activities successfully. Children, Muhammad Yunus was the founder of Grameen Bank and he is the first Nobel Prize winner from Bangladesh. According to him, if credit can be made available to the poor people on terms and conditions that are appropriate and reasonable, these millions of small people with their millions of small pursuits can add up to create the biggest development wonder. Children, that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.